Well, I think I'm beginning to understand this. Gosh, I wish you guys made this a little bit more user friendly though, because uh, when you're using the forms editor and you create the custom attendee fields, um, there is no simple way to display them all the way that things like event date, time, name, each one in its own column. Um, if I come over here now, I left the HTML in because I wanted to show you what I'm doing with that. Let's see, where is that? I'm looking for those fields. Oh, there it is, attendee name. Okay, let me just drop that in here at the end so that you can see what ends up happening. I have two two kids. One of them, this is actually a real attendee. This is just a temporary one that I added so I could see what two attendees would look like. There could be people who would be registering 3 or 4 kids, which would make this list really unwieldy, because of its vertical, height, because of the attendee name field. So, if these could be broken up to appear in their, I don't know, attendee one, um, I don't know, to display it in a way that you can tell what's going on. Even if the attendee, even if this was like a some kind of a collapsible, field that you can click on so that it expands, um, for each different attendee, so that it doesn't eat up a million miles of space. Okay, but that's here. So let's say that we just left the attendee name off, and then she could look and my client could look and see, that some general information, and then she could do the CSV export. Now, this CSV export that you see here, I'm using split bookings by attendee, and I dragged over the fields and put them in the order that I want. And now I can do, let me first of all get rid of that. So now let me do the export and show you what I'm doing with it. So here's the export. Now, opening it up in Excel is not working for us, but I am a FileMaker developer, so I created a new FileMaker file with these fields. It's a single table right now, and these fields, which will match up with the import if I import the CSV file. So let me just drag this off screen into another Finder window here so I can now do this import and find it. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to import a file. Now I'll script this eventually, and it's going to be this one that I just now grabbed. Now I've already done the import, so if I skip ahead a few points here, you'll see that I've already matched up the fields. So the source field names and the field names that I gave it in FileMaker, and I matched them all up. There's a bunch of extra fields that were empty that were exported. I don't know what those are. So I just tell it to ignore those. And now it's going to add a new record, so I'll do this import. It's going to do an auto enter calculation, which is going to affect the attendee name field, because the HTML that it creates for some reason adds an extra li in the code you gave me. So I just told it to strip that out. And I'll work on some scripting here that will take this event here and it'll post it in another field. So I'll get rid of these extra fields or these extra records. Now, as you can see, I actually got two records. This is record 3 of 4 and 4 of 4. They look identical, and it did that because there were two attendees. So it may be that what I needed to do, because it brought over all the information twice, plus it displayed that HTML information twice. So I'll script for that. I haven't yet tried it, but I'll probably just try not splitting it by attendee. Let me just export that right now. I'll drag that over here. I'll delete all of these records so that we can see what we get. I think that'll probably fix that problem. And now I'll do the import again. It'll be this one this time. I'll use the same import methods as before. And so now I've got this record, and this record, and this is the last one. So at least that provides the information. Now I'm displaying it here in an HTML window. FileMaker allows you to do that. I just tell it what field I want it to grab and preface it with this little bit of code here so it knows what to do with it. So it just displays the attendee info field, which is this one right here, and then it displays it as HTML. So and had I not stripped out that extra LI, which I believe, let's see, it came right after the attendee 1, so it was inserted in the import like that. And so maybe I put it in the wrong spot. In any case, there was an extra black LI here and then the embedded UL. So I just stripped out that one. Okay, so my question really is this. Let's say that I want to go in and edit this record. Now you'll remember that I have all these fields set up here. And if I do a reload on this page, Command R, it loses those right away. And that means that these all have to be dragged back over again and then reordered, and it has to be in a specific order in order for my FileMaker database to be able to read it. Now I'm going to, when I'm done with this FileMaker database, I'm going to, give a copy of it to my client, and it'll have some script buttons that they can press to just do the import, of records. But and to eliminate duplicates and to get rid of these, extra ones here and that kind of stuff. But if she has to come in here and drag these over and make sure that they're all in exactly the right order every time, that order, by the way, would look like it would look like this. Let me just show you here. I saved a screenshot of it here, but it's not going to be easy for her to do that. So I'm really concerned about losing this setup. Every time you go in and edit a record or do a reload, on the page, I need it to be able to keep the settings that I set up here, and of course the ones that I set up here as well, through page reloads and and edits. So I guess we're moving forward, but now I just need to know, how do I deal with that? So maybe you can point me to another custom function or something, and explain to me how to use it. And I'll try and wrestle with this some more. But I guess we're making some headway. Okay. Yeah, thanks for your patience and for working with me on this. I'll be looking forward to your next response.